How are you going, boys? Welcome back to another Volibear commentary. Today I'm going to be playing against the rank 1 jungler Manaty. You'll see this game I'm playing against one of the hardest comps to ever execute against, and my team comp really isn't that good for Volibear. Despite this, I think there's a lot of macro and micro stuff I do this game that I don't really think anyone has ever talked about. So hopefully this video helps you out a lot. That being said, let's jump straight into it. Game, what I'm thinking right now is I want to play for bot lane because Cho'Gath lane is really hard to kill, right? And even though Ezreal Solary lane is hard to kill, we do have Nautilus, right? So there is some setup there. So I'm thinking I'm going to path to bot lane. Okay, so as you can just see, I finished my full clear at around 310. Right now I'm thinking, okay, I have approximately 1 minute to make a play, right? Because I know I finished my gromp at around 2:30, at around 2 minutes, right? So which means it's going to spawn at around 4:30. So I have until 4 minutes to make a play bot lane before I want to recall, okay? I know there's no way I can kill them here, right? If they're human, they will flash. But if I can get the flash, maybe I can gank them in a second. So you'll see how this actually pays off here. So right now I'm spending 0 time to go for this. I'm not late to anything. I'm still going to be on time to take Scuttle, and I'll still be on time to my top camps. But you'll see how that gank right there is going to impact the game. Okay, so now I finished my second clear, and I'm looking to gank bot. My Nautilus is mid, which is a little bit awkward, right? Like, ideally Nautilus would be here, but I'm thinking maybe Sona will face check this bush because he saw Nautilus mid. So maybe he face checks this. And you can see Sona thinks this is a little bit sus. This Sona is also a pro player, by the way. He's Lost Returns he was supposed to be Lost Returns as support, but here we get a free kill, and you can see my gank just then at level 4, which might not have seemed like much, right? Which took me 0 time, allowed me to get this kill here and the Drake. Right, and this game, we kind of need to stack soul because we have no real win con. And if you have no real win con, you should stack soul because then you have a win con. Then your win con is soul, right? But you can see right there, like, I made a pretty much risk-free investment into ganking bot lane, even though I knew I was never going to get the kill. I went there, got his flash, and we got a big. So here I took the Drake. Jax trolls here. You never do what this Jax does. He shows mid for no reason, right? I guess it's to help push in the wave, which means that I can punish the bot lane here. And you'll see here, again, Sona has no flash from the level 4 gank, right? We get the free kill here. I get a level up, and I want to dive this guy because there's a fat wave there. So even if I trade 1 for 1, it's worth because Ezreal misses the whole wave. Plus, I still have flash, right? So if I really need to, I can flash out, right? So risk-free dive. I get another kill. So you can see that level 4 play I made, which might not have seemed like much, has now resulted in us getting 3 kills and 1 step closer to our soul win con. Okay. Now I just reset, right? And I know if Jax is human, he will go take my top side, right? He saw me bot lane, and here on these grubs, I know that Jax cannot contest me because when I recalled after going for that bot play, right? Jax was taking my top camps, which means that he hasn't taken a recall, and I know we're both level 6 because those 2 camps wouldn't have given him level 7. So if he's level 6 and I'm level 6, I have an item lead on it, which means he can never contest me on these grubs. So I just also get the free grubs, which is massive in this game because if we give them grubs, we never win the side lanes, so they can just hard pressure side lanes and we'll never be able to really progress the game. But there we go, free grubs, free kills, and the Drake lead, which is absolutely massive for this state of the game. Right, we have a hard losing comp, but I still managed to somewhat generate a win con. I think this is a pretty interesting sequence that happens here. Like I got another reset. Now I've got my Cosmic Drive, which is my big item spike, right? I want to look for a kill here. I'm thinking Victor because like my Yone is low, right? So he needs bailout. And also if we can somewhat get Yone leads, then we can win this game. Me and Nautilus, we do good flashes. So we get the free kill on Victor. I could have taken this kill with my E, but I didn't really want to because I feel like I'm already a bit too fed. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's better if the resources are distributed a bit more evenly, right? So there's a few more threats on the team. Because, as I said, my champions are good into their comp, right? Which means that, yeah, me getting these kills isn't optimal for us. It'd be better if Lux, Yone, and Singed got kills. Because they're better into that comp than me. Okay, you'll see here, again, their Sona is showing top lane. This is illegal. You can never do this. If you're playing Volibear and someone shows top like this, you just hard look on their bot lane. And you can see here, this is a bad ult by me, by the way. I should ult a bit to the left. I should E like where I'd E'd and ult a bit to the left. But still, I was thinking we should get this kill here, but Lux misses Q. We don't get the kill. Or do we? We actually did get the kill here. You'll see in a second, Nautilus walks behind, he ults, Ezreal E's over the wall. And I know the Jax is here, by the way. I'm baiting here. This entire time, I know he's here. And I do this, I take the Scuttle Crab to that direction to try to bait him to jump on me because I feel like there's no chance he can kill me. But, hey, I was wrong. That guy nuked me. I mean, there's a reason this is like a hard matchup, right? Like, he hard counters my kit, he hard shreds me. And that was a bit... Even though giving Jax a bounty is not great, it kind of denies them any defense they have on bot lane, so my bot lane just gets the first turret, and my Lex gets 2 kills. Or my bot lane gets 2 kills, which is massive, right? Because I need them to be ahead to win the game. Okay, so we just got soul point, which is very huge, because despite being behind, we kind of just out-macroed them, right, to get these 3 drakes. And you can see her actually make a very smart play. So watch here, I hit the blast gun over, and you look at my clicks. I click back here like, oh, I messed up, I didn't realize you guys were here. Even though we had complete vision, and my team was coming, right? So I just made them... I wanted to make the Jax E in. Q in and uses E. So we just get a free kill on him. So there you can see that subtle click back I have is like a psychological thing that makes him feel like I made the mistake. When in reality, I was the one making the play on him, right? It made it look like I was prey and he was the predator. If you understand what I'm saying. So my Sins just got caught and enemy is going for Artican. I think a lot of you guys make mistakes on is that you guys will try to contest here, the Artican, even though there's no chance you will ever get it, right? Because they have Cho'Gath, they have Jaxmite, and it's just not worth it, right? Like, it's just not worth 3 people dying for Artican, right? So the smart thing to do here is push for top tier 2 and mid tier 1 and try to get as good of a cross map as you can. Obviously, my Yone is mega griefing the game here by not hitting the tower, so we only get mid tier 1, but it's still better than nothing, right? And you'll see here I make a very bad mistake. So we kill the Sona for free. My Nautilus gets a bit greedy here, he queues in, but here I should just leave him. This is way too far. We should not be dying for this. Nautilus should be dying for it, and we should just get out. But I was thinking maybe I can save him, maybe we can turn this into good play. But it's just a mistake. I should have just went out, right? But here you can see it gives them 3 kills. And just it's really bad, right? Because we have a bad comp. Like, we can't afford to be making these mistakes. So it's just a bad play by us. By both Nautilus and by me as well for staying to try to help him. Okay, so you can see here, Soul was coming up. Singe just died, which meant that we can't contest it. So again, we do the same thing. If we can't play for the Drake, just try to cross map as well as we can. But here I'm thinking, Soul is so big, right? Maybe I should flip a Smite still, or an E still or something. And we can't really cross map because of the wave state on top lane, right? So you can see here, I was thinking, here I was having an internal battle as to whether I should have flashed for the still. But I don't think it would have been worth it. I just don't think it would have been worth it. Because if I die, they get Baron, it's equally GG, you know? So I'd rather... Right, I was just thinking maybe I'll wait for the next Drake, and hopefully we can somehow secure it then. But yeah, Lux dies, and they kind of get free access to Baron. So here, they got the Baron, I just respawned. Again, when you respawn, the first thing you do when enemy has Baron is you take your red buff or whatever, and you try to look for a pick. Here, the pick occurs in mid lane. You'll see this Jax here. I mean, the Sun is trolling, but then the Jax somewhat trolls here by trying to help her. And boom, Jax is dead. Look, even the best junglers in Europe make these mistakes, okay? This Jax is probably one of the best junglers in Europe, and he still makes this mistake. It's Manaty, by the way, who's a very good Volibear player. He's actually a really good Volibear player as well, which is why he played this matchup, right? Like, he knows it's unplayable for Volibear. It's probably one of the best Volibears in Europe. Hey, but obviously your boy's a bit better. But here, I want you guys to pay attention to what I do. So they have Baron, right? Look at this macro play I make here. Look at how much time I waste. They just took turret at 27-16. Look at how much time I waste of theirs here. Okay, so I cancelled their recall once. That's 20 seconds so far they wasted. Just by me doing that, okay? And look at what my Yone's doing. My Yone is pushing in bot lane, they're missing waves. And we're possibly getting a tier 2. And you'll see here, I do it again. You see? I know I'm fine here, because I have Deadman's Plate and I have ult if I need to. And I have Flash as well, right? So again, I cancel the recalls again. Now I've wasted 40 seconds of their time. But hey, most people would call that a win. Me? I'm gonna do my own thing. That ult is really bad by me, but Sona should not have ulted like that. So I cancelled their recalls 3 times, 1 minute and 10 before Drake, which means they can't set up vision for Drake, and we get this bot tier 2. But my Yone mega win trades here, because he greeds for the wave, and he ends up dying. Which means that we can't contest the Drake again. Which sucks, right? But, my teammates may have griefed it, but what I did there is like something you guys can learn about. Like when the enemy is Baron, you want to waste as much of their time as possible. You want to be creative in doing that as well. Like there, most people would be like, why would you chase them? That doesn't do anything, right? But there, I'm forcing them to stay. So I wasted over half their Baron just by running at them, right? It's like just be creative when enemy is Baron. Your objective when enemy is Baron is to waste as much time as possible. You can see here my Nautilus is AFK, by the way. My Nautilus is legit AFK. So this Jax ends up not getting hooked. We can't CC lock him, so he just kills all of us here. Now, I had Flash here, so I could have gone out, but I feel like me flashing to survive is not a smart play. Like, I should always use my flash aggressively, because this game is in a very bad state, and the only way we win is if we flip like a very good fight, right? So holding my flash is like the way better option than using it defensively. Like, using it defensively, unless it is to save the game, is horrible. It's like that's like one thing a lot of people do as well. They always flash to survive. No, me flashing there doesn't change the game in any way. Me surviving doesn't do anything, right? So just save it and try to use it to make the game-winning play or the game-winning pick, you know? Okay, so we hold, somehow, we hold the game here. Some way, somehow. And we actually end up killing 3 of them here, as you can see. We just get 3 kills for free, which means we get the free soul. So, hey, I was thinking maybe this game is winnable now. So we get 5 kills pretty much and soul, because 2 of them just died here, right? So I'm thinking maybe this game is winnable. And you can see my macro. I'm telling my Yone to push out bot lane because Baron is spawning. So if you push out bot lane, enemy has to respond to bot lane. Then we can have 5 people top. It's a 5v4 top. We can get all the vision. Talking too much macro now for you, probably for you guys, but it's like a smart thing to think about, right? It's like if Baron is spawning, you want to make sure you push out the other side of the map. So enemy has to respond to that side of the map. Then you have a numbers advantage around Baron. It's the same thing for Drakes. When you want to play for Drakes, you push out top lane, so you have a numbers advantage around bot lane, right? So then you can play for any vision you want. You can play for any fight you want, because it'll be a 5v4. Okay, so again, I want to show you something I do here that I think is a neat trick. So here, I kind of want to force this fight. Now, I know it's really hard for me to get on their team. As I said, Volibear is a very bad champion at comp, right? So again, I just bait out the Sun ult, and then I ult out. Like, trading Sun ult for my ult is very big at this stage of the game, because my ult doesn't do much. Like, there's no towers to dive on. Like, my ult is not really a useful ult at this stage of the game, right? So Sun ult is very useful. He can get a 5-man stun. Sun ult can turn an entire fight. My ult can't do that, right? So me ulting to get Sun ult is very, very worth. And it's one thing that I want a lot of you guys to think about. Baiting out people's ult and then ulting out. Trading ults is very, very good on Volibear. And it's a very underutilized skill for Volibear players. But you can see here my team griefs, and yeah, this is really bad now because they kind of get Baron off this, which sucks. At least they don't get the end, right? Okay, so here we rewritten the map again. I tried to deny them Baron. They actually go for a pick here, and you can see Jax is on me, but I ult out. Like here, this ult is like a very 500 IQ play, because what I could have done there is ulted on the Jax right and tried to 1v1 him. But I know me killing Jax doesn't do anything there. So I just try to play for my team as much as possible. So I make Jax use E on me, right? And then I ult to the team to try to help them as much as possible. Now I die here, but we should get Baron off this, but my team completely chose macro because they're chasing for kills instead of going for the Baron. And you can see here, it actually ends up losing us the game, because look what my Yone does here. He just suicides for tower, right? And he just completely win trades the game. You can even see me type this. And then my Lux does something even worse. He greets a recall, and he ends up dying here as well, which means that we have, like, this game is over now, right? Like, the only way we win is if we flip a fight, and obviously we don't win it because we don't do any damage. And yeah, it's just a bit depressing here. Like, this game I for sure played very, very well, but I mean, it's still, hey, sometimes even if you play well, you lose the game, right? But I feel like there's still a lot to learn from this game. Like how you chase tempo with Baron, how I played the macro, how my early gank, which might not have seemed a lot, did so much for the game, right? And how I punished enemies not having flash. Like you could see there, the Sona didn't have flash at level 4. I punished her by getting 3 kills and the Drake, just off 1 flash. It's like something you guys need to get better at doing if you want to climb. Punishing flashes is absolutely massive. And here, by the way, my Yone could have saved the game, but he didn't ult correctly, so he didn't kill the wave, and they end up finishing here. But yeah, this game is like a very good game to learn from, even though it's a loss. And I feel like there's a lot of positives you can take away from it. So hopefully you guys got to learn something, and if you want to support me and this sort of content, please hit the sub button, hit the like button, join the Discord, follow me on Twitch, back streaming on the 15th, and peace. We're out of here.